Assalamualaikum guys, my name is Anam and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to explain a seerah. There are two topics, liberation of slaves and migration of Abyssinia. So let's start. First, liberation of slaves. So the time passed, the people of Makkah became increasingly harsh towards the Muslims, making their life very difficult, and the Muslim slaves who had non-Muslim masters suffered the most. They couldn't escape from their cruel masters, nor would they abandon their faith. The heartless masters used all kind of torture to try and make them give up Islam. They would force them to lie naked on the burning sand at midday and place heavy stones on their chest. The poor slaves endured this silently with no way to escape. For some, only escape was death. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a wealthy Muslim, used his money to help many of these helpless Muslim slaves. They would bought them from their cruel masters and then set them free. One of these slaves was Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a black man who was owned by Umayyah bin Khalaf. Umayyah bin Khalaf was a cruel master who would strip Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu of his clothes and forced him to lie on burning sand at midday and beat him mercilessly. Despite this torture, Bilal radiallahu anhu would keep saying, Ahad, Ahad, means Allah is one, Allah is one. One day, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu was passed by and was deeply moved by what he saw. He asked Umayyah bin Khalaf, why are you so cruel to this helpless man? Umayyah replied, if you care so much about him, why don't you buy him? So Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anha bought Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu for a high price and set him free. Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu later became a well-known muazzin, a person who gives call to prayer at the Prophet's mosque. We're gonna go to our second topic, which is migration of Abyssinia. When the life became too difficult in Makkah, some of the Muslims decided to move to another land with the permission of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of them went to Abyssinia, which is now Ethiopia, where they could live in peace, and many more Muslims followed them. As the first man to accept Islam, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu had drawn a special anger of the leaders of Makkah, and he soon felt overwhelmed and asked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for permission to go to Abyssinia. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam allowed him, and Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu set out on his journey. And on the way, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu met a chief of a tribe whose name was Ibn Uddagna. Where are you going, Abu Bakr? He asked. The people of Makkah had driven me out, replied Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. I am going to Abyssinia, where I could worship Allah in peace. A man like you should not be forced to leave, said Ibn Uddagna. You help the poor and are kind to those who are in trouble and are generous to your guests. I will take you back to Makkah under my protection. So Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu had returned to Makkah. Ibn Uddagna told the people that Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu was under his protection and should not be harmed. The Makkans agreed but said that Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu should not preach his faith in public. However, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu could not hold this condition for so long. Soon he openly preached Islam in the public again. The Makkans complained to Ibn Uddagna, who asked Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu not to make things difficult for him. And Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu replied, I do not need your protection. Allah is enough for me. MashaAllah. So this was the story of Seerah, like two stories, liberation of slaves and migration of Abyssinia. And if you like this Seerah, please make sure to like, subscribe and share. Bye.